Dim the lights, grab a flashlight, and gather around the mirror because we're reliving the sleepover rituals that absolutely wrecked our childhood sleep schedules. Welcome to Cringe Capsule, the Zillennial vault of our cursed and chaotic pre-COVID world. Remember pre-Netflix sleepovers? Entertainment meant inventing horror with whatever was in the house. A darkened bathroom, a scented candle, and 5 sugar-charged kids daring each other into hysteria. We weren't ghost hunters. We were chaotic directors filming live paranormal shorts starring ourselves. Tonight we reopen that low-budget cinematic universe. From mirror witches to levitation chants and pencil-balanced demons, we'll relive the rites that made basements feel like cursed catacombs and figure out why part of us still flinches at our own reflection. Ready? The bathroom light switch is waiting. Bloody Mary, the mirror witch. Lights off, bathroom door clicked shut, single birthday candle trembling in a Dixie cup, initiation complete. Someone whispers the 3-word incantation, Bloody Mary. The number of repeats varies, 3, 5, 13, depending on which older cousin definitely saw her at Girl Scout camp. Origins are equally slippery. Burned at the stake witch, vengeful Tudor queen, or generic Victorian specter with a grudge against preteens and lip smackers. Yet none of that mattered to us. The terror was in the buildup. 5 tweens packed into a half-finished basement bathroom, breath fogging the mirror, daring each other to keep chanting. Every flutter of the candle, every creak of plumbing morphed into proof she was inches away, ready to claw faces, or at least yank someone's ponytail. Science offers a buzzkill. Stare at your reflection in low light, and Troxler fading makes features distort. Add flicker, fear, and group suggestion, and your own warped face becomes Bloody Mary's cameo, but logic never stood a chance against adrenaline. One kid inevitably shrieked, "I saw her!" Cue stampede into the hallway, candle wax everywhere, parents demanding to know who flooded the sink. The ritual's real power was communal courage. You could survive a ghost if your squad was holding the door. And the badge of honor? Saying you completed the chant without bolting, even if memory conveniently forgets the part where you bailed at Bloody Ma. Decades later, many of us still avoid mirrors in the dark, because long after the candle burns out, the question lingers. What if this time she really does show up? Light as a feather, stiff as a board, Bloody Mary complete, adrenaline still spiking, we dragged sleeping bags into a circle for Act 2 of the occult double feature, light as a feather, stiff as a board. One volunteer, usually the smallest friend or the birthday kid, lay flat, arms crossed like a budget crypt corpse. The rest of us knelt around, 2 fingers from each hand slipped under their shoulders, knees, or sneakers. Then came the whisper chant, equal parts seance and pep talk, light as a feather, stiff as a board, light as a feather. Voices synchronized, flashlights dimmed, and suddenly, liftoff. 6 pairs of jittery fingers raised 90 pounds of giggling preteen at least 3 miraculous inches. Screams, drop, thud, triumphant chaos. Of course, physics was the true sorcerer. Distribute a modest weight across a dozen contact points and it becomes embarrassingly liftable. Think moving a couch with friends, but with more grape soda burps. Yet Midnight Logic credited ancient witchcraft, latent telekinesis, or that one classmate who claimed her great-aunt read tarot. Variations upgraded the spook factor, reciting a fake death backstory, she drowned in the old quarry, lighting tea candles pilfered from mom's stash, or blindfolding the liftee for maximum disorientation. Regardless of embellishment, the result felt supernatural every time, our first collective spell that actually worked. Years later, team-building retreats call this trust lifting. Eye roll. For us, it was proof we possessed untapped powers. Confirmation Hogwarts letters were merely delayed. Even now, the memory hums when a group hefts a couch. Somewhere inside, a kid still whispers, light as a feather, and half expects gravity to blink first. Ouija board, DM the dead. When the sugar crash hit and the basement vibe shifted from shrieks to shivers, someone always produced the pièce de résistance, a Ouija board. Maybe it was the official glow-in-the-dark Parker Brothers version. Maybe a notebook sheet scrawled with letters beside a makeshift planchette of upside-down shot glass. Utility didn't matter. What mattered was the promise that cardboard plus candle equaled a cosmic hotline. Fingers lightly on the pointer, we ask the classics. Is anyone there? What's your name? Will I marry Chad from math? The planchette twitched. Gasps flew. Someone swore they weren't pushing, which guaranteed they absolutely were. Consonants inched toward the creepiest answers possible, ZOZODIE, or an age suspiciously matching the class crush. Every slow glide felt like proof the veil was thinner than mom's popcorn ceiling. Science labels the motion ideomotor response, tiny subconscious muscle movements amplified by expectation. But try telling that to a room full of 12-year-olds who just watched The Craft. After one unnerving session, half the party refused bathroom trips alone. Teachers fielded complaints. Some households banned Ouija entirely. Not in this Christian home. Naturally, clandestine boards appeared at subsequent sleepovers because prohibition only sweetens the seance. The next morning, we'd dissect every letter sequence over toaster waffles. Was it a spirit? Was it Katie? Yet secretly hoped it was real. The Ouija board gave us power to flirt with mortality, to script drama, to believe bedrooms could double as portals, and even now, many of us won't touch one, just in case Katie wasn't the only entity moving that glass. Candyman mirror dare on expert mode. Think of Candyman as Bloody Mary's older, angrier cousin who watched slasher films for fun. The ritual blueprint felt familiar. Lights out, bathroom mirror, nervous giggles, but the chant leveled up. Say Candyman 5 times. Not 3, not 13, 5. Complete the recital and legend promised a towering figure with a hook for a hand, and a cloud of bees would appear behind you, ready to carve you into campfire lore. The myth's potency came from its source material, a very real, very R-rated 1992 horror movie none of us should have been watching. Unlike Mary's fuzzy backstory, Candyman had graphic receipts, on-screen gore, gutted victims, Tony Todd's baritone rattling VHS players. That cinematic context made the bathroom ritual feel less playground fantasy and more potential crime scene. Execution rarely progressed past chant number 3. Someone would flinch, another would shriek, and the bravest friend, translation, kid with older siblings, might rush through all 5 names before sprinting into the hallway, if you did reach 5. Every flicker of hallway nightlight, every settling house creak became conclusive evidence the hook-handed phantom was inbound. Sleepover bathroom usage dropped to 0. Bladders suffered in silence till dawn. Parents discovered the craze via panicked midnight phone calls. They won't stop crying about a bee-man in the mirror. Some confiscated the VHS, others banned After Dark mirror time altogether, inadvertently making the dare twice as tempting. Today, decades and multiple reboots later, try speaking his name 5 times in a mirror and feel your pulse spike. That lingering tingle, proof a good urban legend never retires. It just waits for the lights to go off again. Charlie Charlie, the pencil balancing panic. By the mid-2010s, our little cousins upgraded sleepover scares to classroom hours with Charlie Charlie, the budget Ouija you can assemble from stray number 2s and loose leaf. Draw an X, label the quadrants yes and no, stack one pencil atop another, then whisper, "Charlie, Charlie, are you there?" If the top pencil twitches even a millimeter, pandemonium. Physics teachers sighed. Anyone who's bumped a Jenga tower knows balanced cylinders are antsy. Air vents, breath, or the tremor of a sneakered leg can send that graphite needle quivering. But try convincing a room of 13-year-olds filming for TikTok that they're witnessing nothing more than pencil inertia. Viral videos screamed otherwise, and soon hallway rumors assigned Charlie every backstory from a Mexican demon to a kid who died in gym class, lore updated hourly Wikipedia style. Schools reacted the only way they know, outright bans. Some confiscated pencils, great for education. Others issued emails warning that summoning games conflict with institutional values. Naturally, this fanned the graphite flames. Bathroom stalls became pop-up seance parlors, and teachers found yes, no sheets stuffed in locker vents like demonic post-its. Why did it hit so hard? Accessibility. No board game to smuggle, no candles to light, just standard stationery and a dare. It captured the exact same thrill we chased with mirrors and planchettes, the maybe of the supernatural amplified by collective suspense. So, if you find 2 pencils crossed on your desk, don't panic. It's probably just airflow. or maybe Charlie answering roll call. Better ask politely before the bell rings. Baby Blue, the phantom infant in the mirror. Just when mothers everywhere thought the bathroom mirror had inflicted enough psychological damage, Sleepovers introduced Baby Blue, a ritual combining haunted infants, plumbing, and mid-90s chain email energy. Setup mirrored Bloody Mary, but with a creepy twist. Lights off, arms held like a cradle, and the chant, Baby Blue, whispered 13 times while staring into the glass. Legend promised you'd feel weight in your arms, a ghost newborn materializing out of foggy reflection. Stay calm, rock gently, and you survived. But if nerves made you drop the spectral bundle, wail triggers Mommy Blue, who lunges from the mirror to scratch your face or drag you inside. The only escape, sprint to the toilet and flush Baby Blue before Mama manifests. Yes, we believed pregnancy horror plumbing logistics at age 11. Execution was pure chaos. Someone always squealed at the imagined weight of phantom diapers, arms flailed, toilet lids slammed, and parents downstairs wondered why porcelain echoed at 2 a.m. Any post-ritual red mark, from zit to cat scratch, was hailed Monday morning as proof Mommy Blue took a swipe. Psych explanation: darkness, adrenaline, and self-hug posture create muscle tremors that feel like shifting weight. Add mirror pareidolia, seeing forms in gloom, and voila, ghost baby. Yet try telling that to a dozen hyper kids gripping imaginary infants, convinced mishandling would unleash spectral child protective services. While Baby Blue never reached Bloody Mary's A-list status, it filled a niche. Same bathroom set, fresh scare mechanic, and somewhere, a clogged 1998 toilet commemorates the night we flushed invisible offspring to save our terrified tween souls. We weren't summoning spirits, we were summoning adrenaline. This was Cringe Capsule. Hit like and subscribe, unless you're too scared to look in the mirror right now.